Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod here today on the channel. We're back with episode 2 of our Greece series. Here today we have the moment you've been waiting for. Turkey is about to declare war upon us, and we're going to have to try and defend and win this defensive war. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Alrighty, so we've assembled our army on the border of Adrianople, and we also have two separate armies spread throughout Greece and the islands in the Aegean. So I think for now is we're going to have to sit back, hold our line, and just see how this goes out. Alrighty, so this is going to be a really tough war. Defensive wars in Hearts of Iron are super tough and tricky, particularly against a superior enemy. And I would say that population-wise, the Turks outnumber us. Air Force-wise, they probably have more jets. Technology-wise, we're about the same, both for the Air Force and the tanks. Our Navy's pretty good, and we do have a lot of submarines that can combat the heavier Turkish cruisers. So we've got 10 more days. We will have some help with our Serbian and Romanian allies, funnily enough, as we puppeted them. We've also got a bunch of cord territory, but things are about to get underway. So I think what we should do is try and hold on for a couple months, see how well they push, let them waste a bunch of equipment, let us build up our army score, and then we'll try and hit them on a counter-attack. But man, oh man, I hate defensive wars in Hoi, but here we go. Just because they're so tricky. Okay, so we are starting to convoy raid the Turks. We want to try and destroy those rubber, fuel, and tech metals. Speaking of fuel, I'm going to negotiate with the United States and Canada to ensure our fuel import. We should be okay to get most of our resources from the west of the country. I don't think we're relying much on the Suez or anything. Okay, so conflicts are happening in the islands. Let's make sure we call in Romania and Serbia. So divisions-wise, civilian-wise as well, factory and military, they're probably going to be able to produce more material than us. We'll try and just simply drop some of these units down here, although we can't fully implement the equipment. Just having units is on certain points is still better than none. Alright, so for now we still seem to be holding. I will be able to request more units from Romania and Wallachia. Okay, so at the moment, the Turks have air supremacy in the Eastern Balkans. Yeah, I think we just want to go with close air support. Philippines, Thailand, Pakistan sending us military equipment, material. I don't think in a straight up dogfight we're probably going to win. We probably just need to go close air. Still trying to push. My naval commander has gone up in stats. Okay, so the war's gone on for a month now and we still are holding. I might need to reallocate some of those units on the islands, maybe even further back in Greece. But this is already going to be a long, protracted war. But at the moment, I don't think we need to launch a counter-offensive. Yeah, look at that. They just have far superior air power. Yikes. Unfortunately, Pakistan and the Philippines don't want to support us anymore, so maybe we just need to go back to close air, and then I guess we do it over Anatolia. We'll allow them to have supremacy in the north. March now, we're holding well. Now, ideally, for this series, we've been doing offensive wars so much, and we were really successful. Defensive wars are just super hard. Even though we had a little bit of time to get prepared, I wasn't ready to go to war against Turkey just yet. We're only just wrapping up those wars in and around the Balkans. Okay, we just need to get our fuel back on track slightly. We've only lost a K to their 5K, so we're doing alright. If we can get that to balloon a bit more, that would be good. Thankfully, there seems to be a bridge and river crossing near. Alexandropolis. They're still trying to take roads. Now, ideally, if we are successful in this war, we want to try and probably liberate Istanbul, as it were. Bring back Constantinople. Take most of the coastal territory. I think, like, in Ankara, in the interior, we probably should puppet the Turks to some extent. Do the Greeks really want to govern Ankara? The historic homeland of the Turks. Nice, we're just smashing their convoys, so that's really good. Because we've got such a large submarine flotilla, they don't really seem to be testing us in the seas. Also, maybe their navy's in the north, more or less. Like, we haven't even encountered their navy just yet. Unfortunately, our rubber has gone down slightly. Coming into April now. Alright. Gonna talk to the Romanians and the Serbs. Gonna get some reinforcements from them. Now, ideally, I would allow them to command their own forces and equip them. But, for whatever reason, and I don't know why, Millennium Dawn, when you puppet factions, they don't even seem to be that, like, offensive. They seem to want to protect their own territories, I guess. Okay, coming into May now. We're nearly at a stage where we could go on the offensive here and bring back Thrace. To Greek control. Nice, we are upgrading slowly but surely our officers' corps. Although they haven't taken any territory in massive swaths or gains, we are whittling them down. Just need to be a little bit patient. Because we're at a tricky point where they're still attacking us. If they're going to come forward, sure. We didn't have time to build any forts or anything. We can't do massive naval invasions. Yeah, so it seems like they are focusing on the north. And I don't know why they're doing that with their air force. Maybe just going back and forth might help. But so far, little bit of a stalemate on the border. The thing is, this territory has a lot of choke points, a lot of rivers. We have a border incursion. Build more SAM sites. Yeah, no, we definitely want that. If there's conflict over there. Also, there's a lot of mountainous regions. hills and valleys. Can we even try to build SAM sites on the border? Maybe. Oh my god, that's ballooned to 20k. We have lost 6k though now. But 4-1 losses, not too shabby as we come to June. Oh, they are actually pushing us here now. They've had a bit of a breakthrough. Maybe those divisions on the border aren't enough. Maybe we need to reallocate everyone. I was a little bit concerned about Western Greece getting navally invaded, but they seem to just be pushing straight from Istanbul. So maybe we need to... Hang on. Let's go air superiority back down here. And maybe we counterattack now. Sitting back doesn't seem to be working. I think we've done it. It's not working at the moment. It was working well before. And then I'm going to get everyone. Let's try and push them. If they've overextended slightly. If we can get Istanbul, that would be massive. Controlling the trade. But, oh, hang on. They've overextended here. So we've given it 5-6 months of holding. Now the casualties for us are probably going to rise slightly. Okay, so the Greek and Turkish Air Force are going at it. Now we're starting to push. We will be exposing some of our Greek territory, but we've got them on the back foot here. Nice. 26 to their 12, so we've lost 6k just trying to even do this push. Still holding the islands in the Aegean. I still think this is the play. Man, if we had air supremacy here... it'd make things so much easier. Alright, the Serbs and Romanians want to give us some more troops. Our fuel's getting a little bit sketchy. Just gotta hope that the US just doesn't stop giving us oil. We are technically emerging, so we could maybe rely on the Rus, but we'll see. Okay, so now we're just reorganizing on the board here. We've actually pushed down and cut them off there. Still continuing to convoy raid. We also technically do have the Romanian and... I was going to say Serbian navy, but I don't even think Serbia has a navy. Because they're not on the coast. Okay. Maybe move you back here. Coming into August. This is going to be a long, slow, protracted war. I can already foresee it. We are pushing them back now though, nice. But we're literally fighting over what, 2-3 tiles? Man. $18k, 2k for the Romanians, 3k for the Serbs. Still got air supremacy over the top. Oh, nice. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Now that we've gotten a little bit organized here, we've pushed them all the way back to Istanbul. Now, can we actually take it? I don't know if we are, because it's not technically the capital, but large cities like this, especially a port, they just have like endless amounts of logistics they can just come on in. But we've got them on the back foot so much. But so far it seemed to work. We halted, stopped their attack. They tried to push us and we pushed them back. So maybe we need to try and open up another front, because I don't know if we're going to be able to ever get into Istanbul. It's usually nigh impossible to take. Maybe pushing down here, because there's technically a land bridge on some of these islands. Maybe. Get some equipment from the ties. Okay, so we've lost 21k. We've taken out 40 of them. We're in an okay position now. So I think we need to switch from defensive, holding and position operations to try and go on the offensive. We could maybe try and do some naval invasions. I don't know if we're going to be able to take Istanbul, but we'll see. We might be better off just to try and find an opening somewhere else. Maybe down here on the coast. We might be able to nab some of that territory. Now, some of these islands, as you can see here, have land bridges. That's what these dots are. So technically you don't have to navally invade because it's so close. You can just move and waltz on over. So we'll get the navy to get back out on the open seas after it's replenished and repaired and got some more supplies, I suppose, back in Athens. And we'll look to try and create a bridgehead and an opening here. So I will do some naval invasions just to open things up. If we can land back in the historic lands of Troy, and if we can just keep some sort of military presence on the border of Istanbul, that'd be good, but just to stop them pushing further in. But so far, territorial integrity wise, we have taken more than them, which is good. Okay, so we're going to try and navally invade Izmir. I wonder if there's a script to rename some of this old territory. We might be able to get from there. Still convoy raiding quite well. Alright, so we might be able to make a beachhead, and we have, right? So we've landed on the coast. The Turks are on the back foot. They are going to try and move some units around. Hang on, just quickly pause, and we'll just try and flood everyone in as quickly as we can. Okay, I think we've made the right play. Ugh, it's just going to be tough. I would like to try and get some around in the north. Ideally, what we should do is try and draw some of those. It's not necessarily like making massive gains with a naval invasion. It's just drawing units away from the choke points in the front lines. Ooh, just need to hold on a little bit here. We've finally landed, which is nice. So unfortunately, with this push, we have actually sacrificed some of those islands. So let me just try and redraw this slightly. And we'll try and create a beachhead here. Still continuing with the ultimate offensive plan of taking their capital, Ankara. We'll request more troops from the Romanians and the Serbs at some point. Still struggling to properly move here. Maybe we should just try and stop and just move them on into here. It might be easier. Like, yeah, just get them in here. And the more territory we can take, the better. Okay, we're just trying to flood in units now. I would have liked to gain more territory if we could. Now, technically, there's a little island back there, so we have to be a little bit careful. We'll need to try and protect the port because the Turks are going to do everything they can to stop this. Okay, nice. There's still 20 units sitting in Istanbul. Yeah, I feel like in Hoi 4, Like countless times I've played, Istanbul is like literally trying to attack from either east or west. Whoever's got it is like one of the hardest tiles in cities to take. But now things are going to start to add up. Material losses, man, as we're coming into November now of this war. Offensive operations, which I didn't really want to do, but if we can just try and stretch here as much as we can. Still continuing to convoy raid, which is really nice. I still want to try and naval invade in the north here if we can, in and around Trebizond. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 2 of my Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod Greek series here today. We're going to continue exactly where we're going to leave off here today with these offensive actions into Turkey. Hopefully we can continue to be successful, but we're doing pretty well here. We've managed to claim a solid, strong beachhead. Oh, and we've landed here as well. Nice. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments other Millennium Dawn factions you'd like me to play. Tips and tricks, of course, as well. But this war is continuing and raging on. Alright guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.